What's more important to crafting powerhouse Anna Griffin than her ever-growing line of card making and paper crafting supplies? You'll be surprised to learn it has little to do with sales goals and company profits. In this episode of the Wendy Crafts podcast, you'll understand why the community Anna has consciously created through initiatives like Fan Mail Friday and her virtual crafting events like Create have sparked a global movement of kindness, positivity, and even hope. Well, with regards to not suffering in silence in the community, I really want to talk more about the community that you've created. And I don't know where it originated, but anyone who is part of the Anna Griffin customer base and community online, we call ourselves the Griffinites. I don't know if that's a phrase you coined or if someone coined.
Yes, someone coined.
Okay.
Self-named. It was one of the original groups, Facebook groups. And this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it's modeled after the Janeites. So fans of Jane Austen. Called themselves Janeites. Okay. And so that's where it came from. And for the longest time, I did that same thing. I sort of pushed it away. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, you do whatever you want to do, however you want to call yourselves. I'm not worthy of having a group that names itself. Mm-hmm. So you see where that.
Yeah, but not anymore.
No, now it's novel. People will introduce me and then go, she has fans. They call themselves Griffinites. People think that it's important to, that's the first thing they say now.
It's
like, okay, it's fantastic. We need products. We need shirts. We need badges. We need.
We do.
We need a mascot. We need a cat.
All of it. Yes. And I think it goes back to what we talked a little bit about earlier, because when anyone identifies as a Griffinite, we are then by default seen and heard and validated, even if it's with people who we've only met online. And so I'd love for you to give a little bit of a history lesson as to how the in-person create events happened and then how you pivoted for them to be virtual, because if they were not virtual, we would not have met. I would not have gone full bore in the Griffinite community. So talk a little bit about that, and that being such a priority for you as well.
Yeah. So I think it's been 11 years now. And it was born out the Create, right? It's a all-inclusive crafting event, and it was born out of my need and want to be with the community. It wasn't enough for me to see comments and social media posts and all of these things. I was like, okay, I invited 250 people to Atlanta. It was the first event was at the Ritz-Carlton. That's no longer the Ritz-Carlton in Atlanta. And I wanted it to be something that was like nothing that had ever happened before. Mm-hmm. That's where we set out in the defining success and how it looks. And it was after I had stopped doing sort of crafting cruises, and because I didn't like it.
Yeah. It sounds weird. I'll be honest. The whole concept sounds weird.
I've met some incredible people that are still in my life from those early cruises. But I was like, all right, so I want to host. I want to manage it. Like I was doing. We were even doing those creating keepsakes events, and we were doing these. We were lending our brand to companies that were like making money off of us donating and time, effort, and people. Like it was a lot. So anyway, back to hosting a crafting party. It was so unbelievably wonderful. And it also excluded right? Because it was expensive, right? You had to get to Atlanta, and we included the hotel and all the meals, and there was a lot of feedback around that, and so we couldn't grow it. It was limited to a hotel conference space, and again, somebody else was really, it was like a giant marketing effort. The hotel made all the money, so we couldn't keep going because it wasn't a thing that could be self-sustained. COVID gave us, I'll never forget it. You want to talk about a creative moment? Yeah. I'm sitting in my home office in Atlanta, and it's probably May. Yeah, let's see. We all went home in March, and I think we went back. So it was between March and May, 2020. And I was like, okay, I think we can do this virtually. And it was like that. I could see it. I understood it. I had just been, or I had saved the Taylor Swift Reputation tour VIP box. It was in my attic. I went upstairs. I got it. I opened it up, and I was just like, "This is it. I'm gonna put the whole event in this box."
In a box.
and I'm going to ship it to as many people that want to participate, and we're going to do it. We're going to stream it, and we're going to make it. We're going to make it great. And then I did like this entrepreneurs organization event called Global Leadership Conference, and it was happening in Spain, and I participated on my computer, and we had a dance party, and I had all this learning, and I mean, Deepak Chopra was speaking, and like all these things. I turned around and said, "How did you just do that?" Right. And my EO people said, it's this incredible hybrid platform that allows a trade show to occur virtually. And so it was that wonderful moment of we transformed the experience of a very limited, very expensive thing into something that anyone can participate in.
And this was in under 2 months. If I'm the calendar, the timeline of this is now just making sense, because the world shut down in March. Your event is always the first or second week in May. So you pivoted in a massive way in less than 2 months.
It was the first one was the November.
Oh, the November. So, yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah. But even so, the stuff we get in the boxes is like, wow. I mean, just the planning for that. And I love that you could see it. And I think that kind of speaks to your visionary mindset. You're like, I can see this happening. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And here we are. We're coming up on, a Create Crop at Home 5 in May. And so we do events every 6 months. And that's at breakneck speed, but it is the very best thing that we do. As a company. Those events are it, hands down, best thing. If I didn't do anything else, I should just do those.
Wow! Please still keep making pretty paper, though. Please don't stop.
Wait till you see the paper in this box coming up. It is gorgeous.
I've seen some of the videos, and it looks stunning as always. One of the things that I love about your virtual events is the craft room experience that happens in the evening. Talk about that, and talk about the importance of that, especially as it relates to our community and our mental well-being and our mental health. Yeah, those special prized weekends that we just protect on the calendar.
Yeah, so a virtual craft room is just a technical thing that we had to figure out, but it is a place that you can go with and sit at a table as if you were in that first ballroom that we had for that you might not 9 people at your table that you might not know, right? And you can double click on a chair and go sit with someone else. and there's like floors of a hotel. Your tablet or your computer. It is the friendships that are made there. This is the part that started the events, was that it's beautiful in the making. You'll learn things, you'll make things, but the friendships are the best takeaway from the 3 days that we're together. And I enjoy it so much that I jump in there, right? Because but I don't want to dominate those tables, but I want to hear what's going on. And I bet you've met friends, right?
Oh
You've
my
made
gosh,
friends there.
yes. There's a couple women that I met. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska, and I have met other women within Nebraska, one of which we discovered in the craft room. We live about 15 minutes away. And it's such a magical experience then to carry and foster and nurture those relationships moving forward. And when I see one of my friends' cards on Fan Mail Friday, it's like, I know her. I think of Martha in Texas with her chickens, and Claire McDonald and Yadira and Deepa. And I mean, that could be a whole other conversation, but it is. And we're so grateful. And anyone who I think is looking for community and to be seen and validated, again, is grateful that this is part of this experience. And I'm sure it harkens back to in-person crops that have been around for, decades.
Yeah. It's like the crafting becomes insignificant to the connections that occur. And I think that's, it's definitely why we want to keep doing it, and how to expand it. I like to challenge people to not avoid that part of the event, because you really miss out. And but I think crafting just in general is somewhat of a lone kind of activity, an alone activity. And so then when we come together twice a year, we're not alone at all. And even the people that you mentioned, right? That's what we're really interested in having happen on AGTV, which is our streaming service, where we have live guests so that you can get to know people, that are watching the same thing you're watching and doing the same thing you're doing, so that we're amplifying those people that that you named. You know them because we brought them forward and talked to them, and that's why we know about the chickens, right?
Yes.
And we wouldn't if we didn't highlight the people in the community. And so you are one of those people for us, right? You Wendy Townley, because of you're so great at speaking, right, what you want to see in the world, and how you are. I can even see your handwriting in my mind's eye, right? Like that's what an impact you've made on me, right, and my company, because we even called you when we needed an emergency guest, and you said yes.
I know, I do remember. Of course. Anna asks and I say, hell yes. Yes.
So perfect. So anyway, so thank you for being such a great part of that, and a supporter of, like, I love how you see what's happening. Well, we're reflecting on it to each other, something that's amazing.
It is. And Anna, you must be in my brain at this moment, because my next question is 2025, the year of self-reflection. One of the things I love about your company and your mission is you have picked a theme for the year with regards to products and kind of where we're headed in terms of our crafting. We've had the year of fashion, which has been fun, but this year you are pivoting, it seems, from what I'm hearing and watching and seeing, about this year being the year of self-reflection. So talk about the decision to pick that and what we're expected to see this year.
Uh, yeah, I think, as a designer, it's really good to have an outline. And so the fashion year last year was a place to give like my studio of designers and our craft designers like a really good anchor for a point of view. But we've always done it that way. So we've always designed in collection, and there's always been a theme, but it's never been out loud. And until the last few years, and this year, I felt like if I could name what I was going through or growing through, I think it's better, growing through.
Yeah.
And put it like, I actually marry my life and my business, because they have been somewhat separate, right? That the journey that I've been on for all these years, right? It was like, why doesn't it show up in what we make? And how do we uplift each other? And how do we do that in the messages that we are creating inside these cards and these projects, and the showing up and at someone's door with a gift, right? Where's the rest of it, right? Where's the part that we really, really, I uplift is my favorite word about it, but what you're going to see is more, like we just did a beautiful like sticker set that's called Beautiful Blessings. And right, I can't wait to use them, right? That they say exactly what you want to say. It's not about thinking of you or happy birthday. It's the message from the heart.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what's going to unfold. And now that you've kind of tapped into your heart even more so from like a company perspective, the possibilities of what we can then create by taking a piece of that. And then the thing I love about crafting and anything creative is we get healed and joyed from the process, and then we pass it on. Ooh, now I'm just going to be like, ooh, I just love it, like to mimic you and your reaction. So on that, my last question for you today is this. For crafters, non-crafters, and I speak a lot to women, and I think that's really a core of your community as well. I know that there's going to be a woman listening to this who is looking for some mental health healing, a little more support, who maybe has the low flame of creativity, but couple barriers. She tells herself, I don't have the time, or I'm not good enough. Speak to her.
Oh, well, I am her, right? I'm definitely her. But I would say that time, right? We all have the exact same amount of time, right? All of us. And making time is exactly that. Make it. But the act of that is making yourself the priority, right? So by saying, I'm going to make time for a creative pursuit, right, is really giving back, right? It's going to give back to yourself. Low flame of creativity. I always feel that way too. I have this, sometimes I won't start something new that I'm interested in because I tell myself I can't. And so that's why we've spent a lot of time on perfecting our product mix in a way that you could take a simply card making kit and nothing else. It's not about skill. It's only about the will to do it, because everything's inside and it's all a sticker. So we're just playing. So it doesn't take anything. It doesn't take the PhD in crafting, right? It's really just, I want to make something in here. We're going to do that with paper. It's very simple, and doesn't take a lot of time. So yeah. But again, it's like the cards. I'm stuck right now in what's next in that conversation. It's like what's simply next for us, because it's in the 30 years we've been doing this, we've done a lot of licensing, and we've had dishes and bedding and all these things, but it's like, what is simply the next step? Because I want it to be for that person that is time crunched and having a conversation about, I can't, therefore I'm not, that
That's
tumble.
Big. That's big.
Yeah.
So let's say that again. I can't, therefore I'm not. Yeah, we need to dispel that here and now. Ooh, that's big.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Go away, right? That's How many times have you said that to yourself?
Today? Yeah, exactly. Right? Let's just go with today. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, that's big. Yes. And I'm visually like thinking we're ending where we started, which is back at the kitchen table. Like for that woman, that's all you need to do is to sit down at the proverbial kitchen table and get started. Oh.
And play and enjoy it and love yourself.
Yeah. And if what you make doesn't even leave the kitchen table, that's okay. It may someday, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. Well, Anna, this has been such a treat. Thank you so much. I've learned so much about you. I know so many others have as well. And again, I know we've kind of gotten to know each other over the years, but for you to be vulnerable and share so much about your heart and things that have nothing to do with like Anna Griffin Inc. in Atlanta, Georgia, I'm really appreciative. And I know so many people are as well. So thank you.
Well, I look forward to continuing the conversation, Wendy.
Yes.
So let's do that.
I would love it.
I will support your endeavor here, because I think that you are about to make an incredible difference for so many people. And it was a pleasure to be included.
Thank you, Anna. I that means a lot. That means I need a minute. I'm excited to see where this goes. And truthfully, I will just end with this. It was the community that you've created and the like sense of acceptance that you pour forth into everything you do, and welcoming is really what kind of gave me the courage, and I know gives so many others, to put themselves out there like this. So thank you, Anna Griffin. We'll just say goodbye for now, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. As we just heard from Anna Griffin, finding your people, your community, is key to crafting a life that is truly well lived. For a list of resources to find and cultivate your own creative community, both online and where you live, visit the show notes of today's episode.